Multiple state capitals across the country had to be evacuated yesterday, including in Augusta. Kadichi Lauren spoke to the Capitol Police about their response and has the latest.
The Maine State House was busy Wednesday for its first day back to its new legislative session. But all of that came to a halt hours later when the Capitol Police had to evacuate everyone from the building due to a bomb threat. But luckily, it was all a hoax.
Crowds of people advocating for various causes waited in line for their turn in the State House.
Obviously, a very busy day here at the State House with all the legislative activity.
Capitol Police Chief Matthew Clenzy says everything was going well until they got an email.
At some point in early afternoon, we were made aware of an email threat that there might have been explosives in the State House.
Clenzy says they acted immediately to evacuate the building.
So there are actually a couple of different systems that are utilized for alert. In addition to that, it's the old-fashioned way, where you just send boots to follow up to ensure that the folks are aware and we're getting them out.
Within an hour, the State House was cleared.
The state police provided a couple of bomb detection dogs, and they swept the building, determined it to be clear and clean, and we reopened for business about 45 minutes later.
The bomb threat also caused a disruption to multiple state capitals across the country.
Sort of becoming accustomed to what unfortunately is a new normal, in that these types of incidents are going to continue to occur.
Still, they take every threat seriously.
We want to make sure that we are reacting reasonably, evaluating the threat, and doing our best to ensure that we in our environment are safe.
While nothing came of the threat, Clancy says it is a growth opportunity.
We'll take a good hard look at of yesterday's events and today's events, and we'll take a look at what might be out there to help us be more efficient.
Kadichi Lawrence, WABI TV 5 News, Augusta.